Hello everyone, this is your Master Craven. This topic is really connected to me. It's all about emotionally and physically because it's all about cricket. World Cup Cricket 2023 is coming just like that in India, and who would win? It's a question mark. So I'm not here to tell about the World Cup Cricket 2023, but I'm here to tell you about the history behind World Cup Cricket. So let's get into this video. The history of World Cup Cricket is a fascinating story of how the game evolved and expanded over the years. The World Cup is the most prestigious and popular tournament in one-day international cricket, where teams from different countries compete from the ultimate glory, and the host country or countries are chosen by the International Cricket Council (ICC), the governing body of cricket. The first World Cup was held in England in 1975 and was sponsored by Prudential Assurance Company. It was played by 8 teams, six playing nations: Australia, England, India, New Zealand, Pakistan and West Indies, and 2 associate members: East Africa and Sri Lanka. The matches were 60 over per side and were played in traditional white clothing and with red balls. The West Indies won the inaugural tournament, defeating Australia by 17 runs in the final at Lord's. The second World Cup was also held in England in 1979 and was again sponsored by Prudential. The same 8 teams participated, but this time Sri Lanka had gained test status. The format was similar to the previous edition, except that semi-final and final were played over 2 days with 100 over per side. The West Indies retained the title, beating England by 92 runs in the final at Lord's. Viv Richards scored a brilliant 138 not out, while Joel Garner took 5 wickets in 11 balls. The third World Cup was held in England for the third consecutive time in 1983 and was sponsored by Prudential for the last time. The number of teams increased to 10, with Zimbabwe joining as an associate member. The matches were reduced to 50 over per side and were played in coloured clothing and with white balls for the first time. India stunned the cricket world by winning their first World Cup, defeating the defending champion West Indies by 43 runs in the finals at Lord's. Kapil Dev led from the front with an unbeaten 175 against Zimbabwe, while Mohinder Amarnath was man of the match in both the semi-final and final. The World Cup was held outside England for the first time in 1987 and was co-hosted by India and Pakistan. It was sponsored by Reliance Industry and was officially called the Reliance Cup. The number of teams remained at 10, but Canada replaced East Africa as an associate member. The matches were further shortened to 45 overs per side and were played under floodlights. Australia won their first World Cup, beating England by 7 runs in a close final at Eden Gardens, Kolkata. David Boone scored 75 runs, while Steve Waugh and Alan Border took crucial wickets. The fifth World Cup was held in Australia and New Zealand in 1992 and was sponsored by Benson and Hedges. It was officially called the Benson and Hedges World Cup. The number of teams increased to 9, with South Africa making their debut after they returned from international isolation due to apartheid. The format was changed to a single round robin group stage, followed by semi-final and final. The matches were 50 over per side again and featured innovations such as coloured stem, white light screen and a red ball that faded to white under lights. Pakistan won their first World Cup, beating England by 22 runs in the finals at Melbourne Cricket Ground. Imran Khan scored 72 runs and took 1 wicket, while Wasim Akram took 3 wickets in 1 over. The sixth World Cup was held in India, Pakistan and Sri Lanka in 1996 and was sponsored by Wills. It was officially called the World's World Cup. The number of teams increased to 12, with 3 associate teams: Kenya, Netherlands and UAE. Joining the 9th test playing nation, the format was changed to 2 groups of 6 teams each, followed by quarterfinal, semi-final and final. The matches were 50 over per side as usual. Sri Lanka won their first World Cup, beating Australia by 7 wickets in the final at Gaddafi. Aravinda De Silva scored an unbeaten 107 runs and took 3 wickets, while Sanath Jayasuriya scored 82 runs. And 7th World Cup was held in England in 1999, with some matches also played in Ireland, Scotland and Netherlands. It was sponsored by ICC and was officially called the ICC Cricket World Cup. The number of teams remained at 12, with Bangladesh joining as an associate member. The format was changed to 4 groups of 3 teams each, followed by Super 6 stage, semi-final and final. The matches were 50 over per side as usual. Australia won their second World Cup, beating Pakistan and by 8 wickets in the final at Lord's. Shane Warne took 4 wickets, while Adam Gilchrist scored 54 runs. The 8th World Cup was held in South Africa, Zimbabwe, Kenya in 2003 and was sponsored by ICC again. It was officially called the ICC Cricket World Cup. The number of teams increased to 14, with Namibia joining as an associate member. The format was changed to 2 groups of 7 teams each, followed by Super 6 stage, semi-final and final. The matches were 50 over per side as usual. Australia won their 3rd consecutive World Cup, beating India by 125 runs in the final at Andra Stadium, Johannesburg. Ricky Ponting scored a magnificent 140 not out, while Glenn Magrath took 3 wickets. The 9th World Cup was held in West Indies in 2007 and was sponsored by ICC once more. It was officially called the ICC Cricket World Cup 2007. The number of teams remained at 14, with Ireland and Bermuda joining as associate member. The format was changed to 4 groups of 4 teams each, followed by Super 8 stage, semi-final and final. The matches were 50 over per side as usual. Australia won their 4th World Cup in a row, beating Sri Lanka by 53 runs DL method in a rain-affected final at Kent. Adam Gilchrist scored a blistering 149 runs. The 10th World Cup was held in India, Sri Lanka and Bangladesh in 2011 and was sponsored by Reliance Communication. It was officially called the ICC Cricket World Cup 2011. The number of teams remained at 14, with Canada and Kenya returning as associate member. The format was changed to two groups of 7 teams each, followed by quarterfinal, semi-final and final. The matches were 50 over per side as usual. India won the second World Cup, beating Sri Lanka by 6 wickets in the final at Wankhede Stadium, Mumbai. Mila Jayawardene scored a classy 103 not out but could not prevent India from chasing down the target of 275 runs. Gautam Gambhir scored 97 runs, while MS Dhoni scored an unbeaten 91 runs and hit the winning 6. The 11th World Cup was held in Australia and New Zealand in 2015 and was sponsored by ANZ Bank. It was officially called the ICC Cricket World Cup 2015. The number of teams reduced to 10, with Afghanistan joining as an associate member. The format was changed to two groups of 5 teams each, followed by quarterfinal, semi-final and final. The matches were 50 over per side as usual. Australia won the 5th World Cup, beating New Zealand by 7 wickets in the final at Melbourne Cricket Ground. Grant Elliott scored 83 runs but could not prevent New Zealand from being bowled out for 183 runs. Mitchell Starc took 2 wickets, while James Faulkner took 3 wickets. Michael Clarke scored 74 runs in his last ODI innings, while Steve Smith scored an unbeaten 56 runs to steal the victory. The 12th World Cup was held in England and Wales in 2019 and was sponsored by Nissan. It was officially called the ICC Cricket World Cup 2019. The number of teams remained at 10, with no associate members participating. The format was changed to single round robin group stage, followed by semi-final and final. The matches were 50 over per side as usual. England won their first World Cup, beating New Zealand on boundary count after both the regular match and super over. And the super over ended in ties at Lords. Ben Stokes scored an unbeaten 84 runs and Jofra Archer bowled the super over for England. Kane Williamson scored 30 runs and Jimmy Neesham scored an unbeaten 19 runs and bowled the super over for New Zealand. And 13th World Cup is coming just like that. It's all about India taking on Pakistan, Australia, Bangladesh, New Zealand, Sri Lanka. Big teams are coming, and it's all about that. I hope this video is interesting and you would be knowing the history behind the World Cup and how many changes are being made in each and every World Cup. So please do enjoy this particular video, and I hope you would enjoy this World Cup for sure. So with that thought, I'm in this video.